Greetings, I'm Phoenix Alexander, the Science Fiction Collections Librarian here at the University of Liverpool Library. My department, Special Collections and Archives, houses Europe's largest collection of science fiction and fantasy, spanning over 25,000 books and 2,500 periodicals. The concept of artificial intelligence obviously has a rich history within science fiction, but also in the horror and the gothic genres. From the alluring automaton Olympia in E.T.A. Hoffman's The Sandman, 1817, to the haunting waxwork figure that forms the core of Anne Radcliffe's The Mysteries of Udolpho, 1794, the prospect of artificial intelligence has often been attended by the spectre of the almost human, the mimic, the mechanical and untraceable replacement of the organic person. But of course, AIs abound in science fiction literature, novels, games, and other media. Karol Čapek's play RUR introduced the word robot to the English language in 1920, though it did not apply to fully mechanized beings, but to an android serf underclass. A landmark example of an AI appears in C. Elmore's 1944 short story No Woman Born, which appeared in Astounding Science Fiction. Now, this story is slightly different to stories typical of the golden age of science fiction, which were more action-packed, whereas this story is more of a character study, a slow burn, and it really takes us into the interior life of a cyborg or an android. Moving forward into the 20th century in the cinematic medium, we start to see some more of the horror or the uncanny or gothic aspects of AI come to the fore. Who can forget the murderous, malfunctioning supercomputer HAL 9000 from 2001: A Space Odyssey, whose protracted death is almost as traumatic as its evil machinations? James Cameron's Terminator series combines a disembodied AI dictator, Skynet, with very much embodied and almost indestructible foot soldiers. This binary of the physical and the non-physical body is taken up by the Wachowski's Matrix series of movies a decade or so later. Interestingly, such texts begin to blur the line between artificial and organic personhood. This is a critical lens that informs Franny Choi's recent poetry collection, Soft Science. Her poems center queer Asian American femininity, using science fiction tropes and the idea of AI to question authenticity and otherness. Similarly, Donna Haraway's earlier text, The Cyborg Manifesto, again looks at questions of gender, race and personhood, and artificial or constructed and quote-unquote natural or organic bodies. Contemporary creative representations of AI have turned not so much from the physical or technological aspects of its production, but more to the means of its production. What kind of capitalist technologies and capitalist figureheads have allowed for its creation? People such as Elon Musk or Mark Zuckerberg have created vast technological databases that mine our data, that determine our tastes via algorithms, and so we see AI start to become a far more insidious manifestation. Sarah Gailey's short story Stet dramatizes the old philosophical problem of utilitarianism, minimizing the amount of harm done and maximizing the amount of good done through the idea of self-driving cars. And the car in the story, as it emerges, has to make some very difficult ethical decisions about which lives to save. Charlie Jane Anders' novel All the Birds in the Sky pits magic against technology in an alternate version of San Francisco. The fact of the matter is, even if you're a fan of science fiction or not, in 2021 you are living it. Algorithms influence what and who you see online. Technology has become smaller and smarter. Rather than wanting to exterminate us, AIs now seem to be more preoccupied with making us spend our money. Even 100 years ago, AI in science fiction looked very different from what we now live today. Robots, as we saw, were mechanized, crude-looking beings either sent to kill us or to save us in some way. But technology in 2021 has become something far more ubiquitous, invisible and insidious, perhaps. The way we use technology on our bodies, in our homes, in our schools, in our hospitals, has sort of rendered us inseparable from it in a way, and in ways that artists and writers of the 20th century and earlier have not always been able to anticipate. In fact, you might say that in 2021, we are all cyborgs. I'll leave you with a quote from the singer-songwriter Vienna Teng, whose song Hymn of Axiom is an eerie paean to surveillance technology. Let our formulas find your soul. We'll divine your artesian source, marshal feed and force, to design you a perfect love. A brand new need is born. Is that wrong? Isn't that what you want?